So we're in LA,
Right.
and this is like such like a last minute crazy adventure that I decided to drag my family on. And so then, we had to figure out schooling, and so they're homeschooling, and it's also my now 3-year-old cry. Oh my God, she's so grown birthday today. So it's like just like a crazy
happy
day. And then
birthday.
I know, and I have practice later, so we're like it's just like all the shuffling together. But that means a lot. Well, as soon as when you reached out to me on Instagram, I was like, oh my God, I was so excited to do this, because the conversations you have on here are really honest and such like a woman to woman, really strong conversations that are very needed right now.
Well, I'm so happy that it worked out. And like, again, honestly, like this is my wish list. Like but I want to be honest, because I'm an honest girl. So I'm going to be honest
Same.
with you that I was kind of obsessed with your story in 2020. Not in a mean way. Okay. In a like, I was at home. I just had a baby. It was 2020.
When was your baby born?
In COVID,
Yeah,
then.
but when? Because I had babies in COVID too. So when was
he was August 2020. When was yours?
So it was August 2020. So I had one September 8th, 2020. I mean, I've had one every single year since the beginning of time. But
wait, you had?
But you had August what?
August 5th, 2020, and you had September 8th, 2020. So
Yeah.
And this was like, so when did everything start? Oh, December 2020. December, because it was Amy Schumer who posted the thing, and then it spiraled. And I just owe you that to tell you that I was very interested in this whole story back then. So I wanted to be honest with you about that and tell you that I think
everybody was very bored, and it was
Right.
COVID. I feel like I was very bored in COVID. I mean, I actually write a lot about it in my book. I don't know if you've had a chance to read my book.
I did read some of it, yes.
And it's, I talk about it in it's a very sort of long form thing. And, it's one of those I look back with much more of a sense of humor than I did at the time. Of just kind of be like, I think people were just bored, and there was a lot of, misinformation out there. And yeah, so I mean, I don't quite understand the Amy Schumer aspect of it. I've never met her actually. But,
no, I think it was that she tried to be funny. She wasn't poking fun at you or your accent or the Spanish or anything. You posted maybe like
she posted a
photo of you.
She posted it. Well, I was doing a brand thing, and I was talking about, and also, one of the things that's been really important for me, and I like to think that I was a part of, is sort of talking about how, the postpartum body and how it's, do you remember when Kate Middleton came out after the birth of their first child? And it was right before I think I had Carmen, my first child. And she had I think she was wearing a blue dress, and she had like a bump still. And I was pregnant, and it never occurred to me before, because I did zero research when I was pregnant, that I was going to have a bump after I gave birth.
Right.
And it was just and of course you do. It was again, this is such an Hilaria moment of just oh my God, I don't think things through. I was just what this is going to be like. And then I became, as a fitness instructor, I became sort of fascinated with the transformation of the body and how it kind of, the woman's body is just incredible. So, I started posting photos throughout pregnancy. With my first, not at all, because I was so young and shy and oh my God, what's happening?
How old were you when you got pregnant?
I got pregnant. So I met Alec when I was 27. I got pregnant late when I was 28, towards when I was 29. I had her on at 29. And again, joining this world, that you just touched on a bit, when I'm 27 years old and I just meet Alec, and I met somebody who hasn't always had the most warm and fuzzy relationship with the tabloid media. And I nothing could have prepared this yoga teacher who everything is rainbows and sunshine and namaste, and I want everybody to breathe in and feel good about themselves, for being swept up into that world. Now, a lot of good things. I never want to be that person who's oh my God, it's so hard. No, there's such wonderful, amazing things. I get to be here with you You think yoga teacher me who's, doing all that, you think I would be here with you? No, I mean, this has brought me tremendous amount of privilege to be able to do really fun things, Dancing with the Stars, our reality show, writing books. I mean, there's been so much wonderful stuff, but there is a negative side of
attention.
Being misinterpreted or misconstrued for fun, for people poking fun at you. I remember when we were like younger and you ever go to like get your nails done, and when people would read the magazines, now people look at their phone, but we'd read magazines and you look over and it's like, look at these celebs and their cellulite and look at this. And it was just like, it's like women's inhumanity to women sometimes is like such a thing. So, I'm in a place in my life where I just really, anytime there's negativity, just let's go. How can I make other people feel happy? How can I be happy? How can I live with gratitude every single day?
How did you navigate that time, especially now that I'm putting two and two together that you were postpartum? I think anytime you go through something difficult, I mean, I'm very lucky. I have a wonderful family. Mm-hmm. My whole family that I come from lives in Spain, and we would, have long talks, and it was great because I couldn't sleep, and so I would, be talking to my brother, and because it was 6 hours later there, and he would kind of laugh, and he'd be like, "You're talking to me in Spain, in Spanish, about people being offended about your relationship with Spain." Yeah.
Just have a sense of humor, and my big brother is just very, very special that way. So we're very, I think that no matter what, and what I've learned, whether you're in the Hollywood world or you're not in the Hollywood world, I mean, people gossip about everybody in communities. And I think that the more that you can get connected with yourself, what's actually true, tune out the noise, and lean into your community. I mean, I'm so close with my family, and maybe my family looks differently than other people's families, but it's still valid and it's still who we are. And, I'm very proud to be raising my children bilingual. One of the reasons that they're doing homeschool is I send them to an immersion school in New York. And so coming here last minute and trying to find a similar program that would be compatible was difficult. So we were fortunate enough.
Are they all in school now?
The baby is not in school.
Okay.
The baby's not in school. She has that September birthday.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot. But I think this is a time in my life to kind of just move on, and everybody now can look around and say, am I going to lean into negativity, or am I going to lean into just I'm going to go and live my life and be happy? And most of the time, what people get sort of worked up about is just.
Did you feel like you had to change? Well, now because you're also, you had the show and now Dancing with the Stars. Did you feel like you had to change anything about yourself so people aren't talking? I know that you wrote that you did some enunciation classes or something.
Yeah, so I have ADHD and dyslexia, and that is a big part of how I learn, how I process things. I'm somebody that I'll never order the specials in a restaurant because I can't understand what they're saying to me.
I can't either. Oh no, what does that mean? I can't understand either.
I mean, I don't know what that means for you. For me, it means it's processing. I have processing issues. So sometimes people say things to me and I'm like, I have trouble understanding it. Yeah. And I think what people sometimes will confuse, yes, of course, you come to my house and I'm going to turn to Alec and I'm going to speak in English, and then I'm going to turn to one of my children and I'm going to speak to them in Spanish, and it's back and forth. And that's how I was raised too. That's the kind of multilingual house I grew up in, and there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, hello, this is a really good thing. My daughter now is learning French as well, so wow. She the more languages, the better. And for fun, she's on Duolingo and she's teaching herself Russian and Italian. Wow. To speak a language is such a beautiful thing. It should never be a bad thing. And of course, it's going to affect the way that we speak. Of course it is. It's just ABCs about speaking. I have a brain like anyone else. It cannot be different. But, I am somebody that because of, I think sometimes my processing issues, I can be a little bit different as well. School was hard for me, and I had to work really hard. I probably had to work harder than the average person, but I did it. And, writing a book was difficult.
Do you speak any other languages?
I can speak like words of Russian, like a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Catalan? What they speak in?
Catalan, I don't speak Catalan.
don't?
I can like understand it a little bit, but I don't speak Catalan. No.
You know,
no,
I
my
went to
family
study
does. I don't.
abroad in Barcelona because I also love Spanish, by the way. Not as much as
Do
you,
you?
for sure, but I do love Spanish. Vamos a hablar en español. Solamente,
Genial.
por favor. I really love Spanish, and I studied it throughout my whole like high school. Like
That's
I did a
so
study
great.
abroad, and then I was like, okay, I want to do another study abroad because I did in Sevilla, and then I wanted to do and I picked Barcelona, and stupid little old me didn't know. Then no Spanish, and like it sounds like a made up story, but only when I landed there physically for a full semester and I was ready to like Spanish it up, I was like, oh no.
You're like, wait a minute.
And it's not the same. Like it's,
No, it's not the same at
I
all.
know, I was so
It's not the same at all.
bummed.
You know, my family lives in Mallorca, where they speak Mallorquin, which is a version of Catalan. So, and my nephew is, my brother has, I've lived most of my adult life here, and he's lived most of his adult life in Spain. And so and my nephew is born there, and we also are very focused on him being bilingual as well. So he went, he's 20 years old, but he went to an immersion school with English as well. So his English is very good. But yeah, no, he also at that same time, he speaks Catalan too. You know, and so
wait, Mallorquin is a fully other language that you
Mallorquin
speak?
is like a dialect of Catalan. So there's like Valenciano, there's Mallorquin, there's like a bunch of. I'm not an expert at all of the different places,
I went
but
to
it's
Mallorca
super
from
cool.
Barcelona. It's like there is like a very touristy area to that place,
Yeah,
right?
there's. I mean, it's a very international school place. It's super
Yeah.
international. People are from everywhere. And then yes, there's the touristy areas.
Right. I think I was
as
probably
well.
only in the touristy areas where
Which is beautiful
yeah.
too. You know, I mean, every single inch of Mallorca is absolutely beautiful.
Is that your home base when you visit that area?
Not real. Well, kind of. Well, first of all, traveling with 7 kids is really hard.
I don't know how. Yeah.
So we went to go visit my family in the spring. Alec was doing a movie in Italy. And so I flew over, and it was easier. My nephew's in university in Madrid. And so it was easier for us all to meet in Madrid. So my parents flew over from Mallorca, because then it would be like fly from Italy to Madrid, because there was no direct flights and how we were going, and then bring them to Mallorca. It would be like too much with like, you know, baby boss pulling my hair out on the flight. So we all like.
Which one do you call baby boss?
The baby. Though she calls it herself, by the way. This is not something we invented. She made it
so
up all
funny.
all on her own.
Did she watch the movie?
She has seen the movie, and you know her dad is the baby.
Duh. Yes.
Duh. Some people don't know. Some people are like, "Oh my God, what is like?" But
No, that's
but
why
yeah.
I think it's so funny that you call her baby boss, because I saw that you do. Is she the boss of the family?
Yes, because she's scary. So funny. Carmen, my oldest, was doing something. They poke at each other, even though they have a big age difference. I mean, they're still siblings. And Carmen has taught her something where she like puts her arm out to the baby's mouth, and she says, "Okay, now nice." And then the baby kisses Carmen, and she's like, "Okay, now mean." And the baby will like pretend to bite her. And so she teaches her. So when she actually is like mad, she's like trying to train her. Like, I'm like, she's not a dog.
But Carmen is at that age, and she's the first. So not only is she a girl, but she's the first girl. And I feel like when there's a household with a first girl, like she's another mommy, no?
She is another mommy, and I feel like that's both a wonderful thing and something where, as her mom, I have to remind her
That she's a kid.
that she's a kid. And that's a really important thing. And I think for my kids as well, that they've had an unconventional upbringing in many ways, not just, you know, the reality of our life, but, you know, different experiences that we've had. Going to school, and you know, I mean, anybody knows how many of you guys listening right now can relate that, like, you've had your kids go to school and they come back and they're like, so and so's mommy said blah 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 about you, kind of thing. You know, it's like, and you know, it's So being able to sort of navigate these things where they feel very protective of our family and very protective of their parents, and they want to take care of us, is both a wonderful nurturing thing, and at the same time it's very important for their mental health that we have to keep it within the context of be a child, enjoy, play, have fun, lean into joy. So it's,
because like Carmen completely gets it. Like if she's in it, she's in the know. She can like hear stuff, read stuff.
Well, yeah, and we just started a podcast. We've recorded some of it already. All of this kind of happened at the same time that we were going to do the podcast. Like that, all of this is Dancing with the Stars has happened. So it's been a lot of like sort of juggling and reshuffling things. But the way that I parent them is understanding that kids get a lot more than we want them to get. Right? We never want the kids. We don't want our kids to get hurt by the world. We want to protect them and bubble wrap them. And at the same time, if I try to pretend that hard things aren't happening around us, and that could be within our family, within the world, anything, they're going to feel like they can't talk about it with me. And so our podcast that we're doing is called Growing Up Together. And it's about understanding that I'm a work in progress. I'm growing up if I think about the mom I was when I gave birth to her to now 12 years later and all the children and experiences I've had in between, I've done a tremendous amount of maturing.
Yeah.
And so I always want her to, yes, of course, I am the mom. There's times when I have to lay down the law. It's time to go to bed, eat your vegetables, do your homework, all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, I want her and my other children to feel that they are respected and that they can live their life with how their soul is, and because I want to always be close to them. I don't want them to turn 18 years old and run away.
A quick message from today's sponsor, the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. These days, we really do insure everything. Cars that lose value when we drive them, phones that you're going to change anyway in a year, trips you haven't even taken yet. But our pets, who are like irreplaceable, often go unprotected, like are so vulnerable in this world, we don't insure sometimes. So this is your reminder to get pet insurance. And with ASPCA Pet Health Insurance, you can get help with unexpected vet bills and make sure your dog or cat gets the care they need when they need it. And when you're looking out for them, there's a little extra something in it for you too. And this is why. When you enroll in ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Plan, you can get a $25 Amazon gift card. So that's a little treat for you, okay, while you're doing something great for your pet. This program also offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier to get your pet the care that they may need. You can also tailor your plan to fit your budget, your lifestyle, and your pet's particular quirks, because vet bills always show up unexpected and when it's least convenient. You know what I mean? To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/notskinny. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/notskinny. Eligibility restrictions apply. Visit aspcapetinsurance.com/Amazon terms for more info. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance. Okay, by now, unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard of Built, where you can earn points on your monthly rent payment. Yes, that is true. Nobody wants to pay rent, but we are paying it. So it doesn't matter. We're all paying it. So at least make it worth it with Built. Built is revolutionizing how millions think about paying rent by rewarding their members with points and exclusive benefits around their neighborhood every single month. So if you pay rent through Built, you can earn flexible points that you can redeem towards hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But this is what gets even more exciting. Not that this is not exciting and revolutionary enough. Built is making it all about your neighborhood. They want to make your neighborhood more rewarding for you. So now you can dine out at your favorite local restaurants and earn additional points. Get VIP treatment at certain fitness studios. Enjoy exclusive experiences just for Built members every month. Built is literally turning a monthly expense into an opportunity to earn rewards and discover the best that your neighborhood has to offer. Your rent is finally working for you. Earn points on rent around your neighborhood wherever you call home by going to joinbuilt.com/notskinny. That's join, JOIN, built, BILT.com/notskinny. Make sure to use this URL so they know I sent ya. So here's the tea. You have one kid, you do things one way, then you have another kid and you're like, you learn from all the things you did with the first, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's neither, but you just want to change something up or you want to do it exactly the same, whatever it is. With me personally, I breastfed Noah for over 2 years. Wild. I know it was COVID. Lots of things were going on. I'm so happy I did it. It was so special. But I did know that with Lenny, I would have to integrate formula from the beginning because when I tried to introduce formula with Noah, it was already too late. So I had this whole plan how I was going to combo feed from the get, give him breast milk from me, and also pump, and also have him get bottles with formula so that he gets used to it and that I'm not tied to a pump or that I'm not tied to staying home and being just available to breastfeed at every given moment. So I did a lot of research and I discovered ByHeart. ByHeart is an infant nutrition company and it's been built from the ground up to really deliver innovation on behalf of babies and parents. They really have a mission to make the best formula in the world using the latest breast milk science. ByHeart created this really easy to digest infant formula that's made with organic grass-fed whole milk and has a patented protein blend that gets closest to breast milk. So if you're curious about ByHeart, head to byheart.com. That's spelled BYHEART, and use my code NOTSKINNY, and you can save 30% off with your subscription order for a limited time. Again, using my code NOTSKINNY30, but it's also available at Target, Walmart, and other major retailers nationwide, so you can check them out there. Additional terms and conditions apply. The code again is NOTSKINNY if you get it from byheart.com. Are they going to be on the pod?
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Carmen's my co-host.
Oh. Carmen's your co-host?
Carmen's my co-host.
Wait, it's you and Carmen doing a pod together?
Yes.
What? That is adorable. Are you going to bring guests? Or is it just going to be you and her kind of?
We're gonna do guests. So far, we're this is a process of as much as she's. I mean, if you saw her on the reality show, she's like, I'm all ready.
Is she interested in this world? Like, is she gonna?
I mean, I feel like most kids who are little, they want to be. I mean, my kids want to be yoga instructors and actors.
Oh, they want to be like their parents.
Because they want to be their parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I again think that what I'm doing with them is embracing the life that they're being raised in. So it's which is all that you can do.
So you would support, you would take to auditions.
I mean, we haven't done auditions and stuff like that, but I want them to feel that their voice matters. I want them to be a part of it. When I first gave birth to her, I was super, super protective of her image. I was like, I'd get nervous even with in an embarrassing way, like shame on me for doing this. I would be like really scared of people taking pictures who I was very close with of my baby because the world at that point wanted, it was money. Her photos were money. And I also joined this world and I didn't understand anything of what, I knew what a paparazzi was, but I didn't understand from a lived experience what that life is. And at that point, people were selling photos of their babies for either the paparazzi gets the money or
you get the money.
Or what we did with hers is I did a photo shoot with People magazine and then I donated all of that money to a group in Mallorca that works with children who have been sexually abused. So it was a way of, and I did that with all of the children that we did these kinds of photo shoots with. Yeah, and I did it in their name, and it was a way to turn something that felt kind of gross of your kid's money, or your kid's image is worth money,
right?
And turn it into something where I could help kids. But there's tremendous stress along with that. Like when Carmen was born, we didn't have, let's see, she was born on a Friday, and I think that the magazine, I could be wrong on this timeline, so forgive me because it was a long time ago. I feel like it was like the next week that the magazine came out, or a week and a half later, something like that. It was
because
a Wednesday.
If you don't do it quick, like you're scared
well, they
that they'll
just
get
chased
ahead
us
of
at
you.
that point because they were like getting and it was so toxic. And of course, like, you know, it gets my husband all riled up about it. And I was so new to the world, and also just postpartum, and I'm getting like chased around, you know, while I'm trying to like figure out how to be a mom. And so eventually what I started doing is just posting the photo on my Instagram because it wasn't worth the stress.
Does that scare you at all? I mean, people have such differentiating opinions on this. Like, I post my kids. A lot of people don't post their kids. Even people with no followers, little followers, lots of followers. I mean, people have different opinions. How do you feel about posting them and then being in the reality show? Do you still have, like, any fears with that?
Well, the thing is that, I mean, I did not complete my point because
oh, sorry.
It wasn't you, it was me. It's not you, this is me. Well, you're doing just fine. It was me. I didn't complete my point. I just realized right now I went on a tangent and I did not complete my point.
Okay.
So that was how I originally was, a very protective and like hiding them and stuff like that. And then Kelly Ripa told me, she's been a really great guide over the years. I love her. She told me, just post them. Post it all the time, and the bounty goes down. So as soon as that People magazine thing came out of showing her face for the first time, I mean, it's not that there were no paparazzi, but it wasn't as crazy as it was.
Right.
And so that's one of the things that I started to do. I had to train myself of like, you know, and you see the other people who are in the spotlight who are very hidden of their kids. They're very protective of them, and that's a bit how Alec was, you know, and good for them. I understand that as well. What I found, especially living in New York City where there's no privacy, is it caused more stress. Yeah. So what I decided to do was lower the bounty of my kids' images and post them them regularly and post them all the time.
And then it's not dramatic. And then paparazzi
they can't sell it for as much because all the online magazines are just going to take from my social media because it's free.
Right.
And so that was a really good piece of advice that was given to me. And it took me a while to get more comfortable with it and not feel like, because people will write to me, how dare you post, like, I mean, again, like everybody has opinions about everything.
Well, it makes you at least second guess, like with people's opinions. For me, it's like, I'm so naive that if people weren't like, don't do that, I'd probably post a picture of my kid in the bath, like not with showing anything, but I would be like, he's so cute, he's in the bath, like what? Because my mind doesn't go to dark places, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like there's a balance of like letting the people kind of remind you like not everything, because there are gross people out there, you know? Yeah. But I also, I'm like, I like to live life more like not thinking of the negatives that could come of it, and more thinking like, but this can bring joy, and like it makes me happy to share it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you be proud of look, you're never going to please everyone. When I was teaching yoga all the time, I'd have like 70 people in a class was like the max capacity.
70?
70, yeah.
Where is 70 people in a class in New York?
Well, not anymore because the place, I don't think it didn't, I stepped away from it before COVID, and I think it didn't survive through COVID. But it was like a really fun yoga studio on 12th and University called Yoga Vida. And we had some fans, and I'd have 70 people. And somebody would say, can you just crack the window a little bit? So I'd crack it like an inch. And only like a couple. And then at certain points I'd put on the fans. Another person could be like, I can't sweat if it's like this. And then this person's like, I can't breathe because there's no air. And it was like, you just get to a point where you're like, I gotta teach the class the way that I'm gonna teach the class, because 70 people are not going to agree on the air circulation of this class.
Wow.
And it's just, some people are not gonna be happy with it. And you take that 70 people in social media is nothing It's nothing.
Right.
You've got millions of people coming at you.
Right.
And so you have to be in the same way. How do I want to do the proper air circulation of my family?
Right.
I want to post the photo. I want to, go and do this experience. I want to wear this thing, go wear this thing. And I think that it really is just leaning into the communities of other people who are going to be like, yes, go live your life. Have fun,
Yeah.
And that's really the trick of navigating. I mean, sometimes I need it. Sometimes I'll read a mean comment. I'm like, oh my God, they think I'm awful, la la la. And, but all I know is I have to call my friends or my family or something like that. And they go like, shh, stop it.
Yeah.
Snap out of it,
So deciding to do Dancing with the Stars, did you have moments like that too of like kind of being scared of the public but wanting to go for it? Or was this a full yes
I'm not
for
scared
you?
I'm not scared of the public anymore. I'm not.
Good.
I feel so confident in who I am and how I am and how I parent. No, am I perfect? No. Am I going to get things wrong? Absolutely. Are there going to be, it still happens all the time, where people completely like make up a story and I'm like, I wasn't even there. You know what I mean? It's just that you can't. And at the same time, I'm never going to let that debilitate me ever again. And that's something where when this opportunity came along, and I don't know if you know a little bit about how this opportunity came along.
Well, I heard from Julianne Hough that you manifested this. Like
So
you made it.
So I love Julianne.
Yeah.
I don't know where she got that from, because I loved it because I saw that too, and I was like, that's not how it happened. But I love that story too. I actually love that story. I wish I had manifested. So
It was all you.
It was all. I wish I could. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on which way you look at it. So I'm new to TikTok. I'm brand new to TikTok, and I'm trying to figure it out. And there's like a lot of dancing and lip syncing and all that kind of thing. And I started like doing the trends, and some of them are like samba trends, and I danced a million years ago. And people start writing to me, you should be on Dancing with the Stars, you should be Dancing with the Stars. And because I danced before and I haven't, my connection with ballroom is a little painful because I broke my hip and I didn't ever dance again. And so I've kind of like, I'm always like a fan of the show. I get like excited to kind of see it, but I haven't really focused on who the contestants are. And I didn't realize that they let dancers on the show. So I always thought this thing like, oh, I can't do this show. That's not like the right fit for me. It's people who've never danced before.
Because you technically danced before.
Because I danced before.
Yeah.
And it just felt like this was probably not a place where I belong. And for me, who has tremendous, issues of belonging, I was like, I don't want to go into a place where I don't belong.
Yeah.
And then, so this was like late August. I'm just posting these things and having fun, and people are writing Dancing with the Stars. I'm not even like responding to their comments, And then Dancing with the Stars called me out of the blue. They called me.
Really?
Yes. And I was like, what is this? And at first I was like, no, you can't do that. And a few days later, I was on a plane.
Wow.
Coming.
That
Yeah,
quick?
Crazy. No, crazy. Like stuff that I don't do. Like I am like I'm a mom, we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, we're like, I have to have 7 kids, I have to have structure. I'm a little crazy, I've got my things, but like ultimately my home life is like, I'm here.
Right.
And so I got my oldest and my youngest to kind of help out with, because the other ones were in a day camp, but the oldest and youngest were not. I brought them out to LA and we did the promos. And then we went back and did GMA, and then Gleb, my dance partner, and I stayed there for like a week and a half. And Dancing with the Stars is like the most supportive place on the planet. They're
Wait,
so
but
supportive.
It's that late? Just in August you found out that
I like did, like
crazy.
late August. So this was like, and then like a week later or something like that, I'm moving 7 children out here.
Wow.
Found the house like 12 hours before we moved into it. Found homeschool a few days later. It was like they missed a few days of school. Like it was just this like crazy last minute thing. So did I manifest it? I mean, I don't know. I think the word was like campaign.
Oh,
and I think it was like I was campaigning. No, but it was like, no, I just like, I mean, like, I love that. I wish I had been so, like,
Vocal
such an
about
advocate
it?
for myself. But because I would have loved to do this sooner. So I love that. But no, it really was just I was playing around, and the people who manifested it were the fans.
When you talked to Dancing with the Stars, did you say like, wait, I thought I couldn't even go on it since I have dance experience? And what did they say?
Yeah. they're like, look at Charlie D'Amelio, look at all these people. And by the way, like there's so many people on this season who have dance experience, and
like Whitney
Jordan,
from,
Whitney is an amazing dancer.
Right.
Like there's just such. This is a really, really incredible cast.
It really is.
So nice.
I told Julianne when she came on, and I kept my promise because I was like, I think I'm going to watch this season. I said, I think I'm going to watch this season because, like, there's something about this cast that I think is going to be so good. And I watched the first episode. As we're recording right now, there's only one episode out, unfortunately, because I want more. But I loved it. And Hilaria, you killed it. Like, you did so good. I posted about it, too. You killed it. You. Whitney was also great. Alex Earl surprised me. I didn't know she was going to be so good. But I was like, oh my God, I'm back in Dancing with the Stars mode.
Well, I'm excited. We're gonna do another one tomorrow. But it's just, one of the things that I'm so amazed about this experience is how much the Dancing with the Stars family, they always talk about it as a family, and it really is. I mean, to go from, hey, you belong, do you want to do this like last minute crazy adventure? And then to go from that to all of a sudden I'm there and everybody is nice here. Like, it's like you look around, you're like, how is this possible that they have, it's a huge production, so many nice people. And then the contestants are all so nice. And even though it's a competitive show, everybody is like there's such good camaraderie.
Oh, really?
I think because I think we're just doing such physically hard things, and we practice every single day. Like, is it
8 hours at this point?
It's like 4 or 5. It depends on the day. And like, if you do less on one day, then you're going to do more on another day. But then but on show day, last week I got there I leave 7:15 in the morning, and we finished. I mean, I feel like it was like 9:30 p.m., something like that. It's a long day.
And your kids aren't used to like not seeing you for that long, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's usually, they came.
Oh, they came for the show. Yeah, I did.
They came for the show. Yeah. They came for the show, and they're so excited. Like, my kids are so supportive, and I think one of the other amazing things that Dancing with the Stars has given to my family, and I'll forever be grateful for this, is this really joyful adventure. Because not only did I need it, and reconnecting with dance after thinking I would never dance again, to my children being able to see their mom real happy. And
are you getting emotional?
Yes, I mean, it really is, I mean, it's like, my kids have had, to watch their parents go through stressful experiences over the past few years, and to see my kids, children want their parents to be happy. And I think that we did a pretty good job throughout everything of finding moments where we could really bring joy. And you go into my thing, I mean, I don't know how other moms out there, but I would need 30 seconds to cry, and I'd go into the furthest bathroom during stressful experiences, scream for 30 seconds. I come out, I wipe my tears, and I'm there. And so to have my kids see me do something that is not only just a fun adventure where they get to go somewhere and have a different experience, but also to then have me connect with a part of myself that I just closed the door on because, I broke my hip all the way through, and I was, in a wheelchair and crutches, and, trying to teach yoga from crutches and wheelchairs, and just an insane time. I mean, to this day, I sleep with a lacrosse ball in my hip because my leg spasms at night.
Wow. Are you scared to injure it again?
Sometimes.
Dancing with the Stars?
Sometimes. We're doing a lift tomorrow that is actually not my hip. I'm feeling my elbows. I mean, also I'm 41 now. You know what I mean?
But
you're a little different.
But with a body of a freaking 17-year-old.
I mean, I got a lot of miles on my body. I'm still 41, and I've had a lot of kids.
And you've had a lot of kids.
I've had a lot of kids, yeah.
So yes, I'm a protein girl. I'm a workout girl. I'm all of it. I often like to show off my breakfast smoothies, and I get asked a lot what protein powder I use. So I have a few favorites that I kind of interchange. One of them is Clean Simple Eats. And the reason I love Clean Simple Eats is because they have nothing artificial in it. It's third-party tested. It's non-GMO. It's soy-free, and there's 0 added sugar. Most importantly, each serving has 20 grams of grass-fed whey protein isolate. So when we are talking about protein, we really want to make sure that we're getting a serving of protein in each of our meals, which by the way, like sometimes I double up on this and do like 40 grams, so 2 scoops. And that's kind of what we want to be getting at each of our meals and also in our snacks. So if you're looking for an in-between snack, also great. Clean Simple Eats is just a delicious way to get enough protein every day, which, as we all know, is super important. I love the chocolate flavor the most. I even got Noah a children's protein powder from Clean Simple Eats because he was loving to drink my little hot cocoa that I've been making with the chocolate protein powder as a late night snack. So you got to check it out. They also have clear protein powder, which is really neat. It's light and refreshing when you mix it with water. And again, still 20 grams of protein. Visit cleansimpleeats.com and use code NOTSKINNY10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Again, if you want to get a 10% discount, you go to cleansimpleeats.com and the code is NOTSKINNY10 for 10% off your order. Link is also in the show notes. You guys, this is an exciting day because I am such a fan of Little Spoon. I have so many of their ready-to-eat meals for my kids in my fridge. I love their pouches. Lenny loves them. They're so good for on the go. They have amazing fruit and vegetable ingredients in them. And again, their ready-to-eat meals are a lifesaver when your kid is screaming, you don't have a minute, you didn't cook anything. You need to just have the, 1 minute to heat this up in the microwave and your kid has a fully nutritious meal to eat. I love Little Spoon that you can do like a subscription situation on their website, but having it now available in Target really is life changing. Their recipes are made with pediatricians, packed with hidden veggies. I love that. They have this mac and cheese vibe that's packed with veggies in it. Lenny, when I say he could eat like 7 servings, it's actually insane. You wouldn't believe it. It's so freaking good. Like I said, if you can do a subscription through Little Spoon, you can have their meals and snacks show up at your doorstep every 2 weeks and ready to go. You don't have to think about it, okay? Now they're available in Target, which is so exciting. So on your next diaper run and obligatory candle sniff, you can also grab baby food and snacks, pouches, yogurt smoothies, and bars. Target has an exclusive frozen line as well. Think their cult favorite chicken nuggets, meatballs, and sliders. Now you can find those in the snack and freezer aisles, you guys. So we're obsessed. Little Spoon is the mealtime hack parents can't stop talking about. Try their no prep, nutrient-packed meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids. Get 50% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/notskinny with the code NOTSKINNY at checkout. That's Little Spoon, LITTLESPOON.com/notskinny. Don't forget to use my show's code NOTSKINNY for 50% off your first order. I've been really elevating my style lately. If you've noticed, thank you very much. I just feel like I finally kind of found my footing of like, I'm not going through phases. I'm just a lady. Yes, a lady in this world, a mama trying to like look good, look put together. And you know what? It's time to like invest in good pieces and like not wear like just everything fast fashion. So, one of my favorite stores to shop in that really gives that kind of quiet, luxury, elevated, chic lady vibes is Quince. So I discovered Quince when I was looking for like cashmere for less, and their cashmere stuff is so good, like long sleeve cashmere sweaters, but they also have short sleeve cashmere that is just so freaking good and starts at like $30, honestly. $50 for Mongolian cashmere. They have amazing denim. They have luxe outerwear. They literally have suitcases, beds. My bed is from Quince. Yes, you guys. Amazing European linen. Just great stuff. And it's all because Quince partners with top tier factories and they cut out that middleman. So they're delivering you the same luxury quality pieces just at half the price of similar brands. So get it, got it good. Find your fall staples at Quince. Go to quince.com/notskinny for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. It's now available in Canada too. Woohoo! Oot in a boot. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/notskinny to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/notskinny. Tell me if I'm alone here. Okay, tell me if this is just an Amanda thing. But shopping used to be way more fun. Before all the algorithm fed blah and the endless sea of dupes and trends. But I have a confession. I've found that fun feeling again on eBay. Yes, eBay, let's throw it back. Because on eBay, it's not just shopping, it's a full on fashion pursuit. And when you find the thing, the adrenaline hit is real. Like when you scored that rare Adidas collab that's lived on your mood board forever, the Dior saddlebag you ripped out of a magazine in 2007 and never got over, the pashmina scarves that are back and the Olsen twins are still wearing. Yes, I didn't keep mine. So I'm back on eBay looking for them. And we're talking clothes that actually fit your lifestyle and your body, not just whatever is trendy on TikTok. Or any of your favorite items that sold out in 5 seconds, you can find on eBay. It's about the thrill of finding pieces that feel like me and not that everyone else has. And I want you to find pieces that feel like you. There is always more to discover. eBay has millions of pre-loved finds from hundreds of brands backed by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay, things people love. Okay, let's go back to, first of all, I just want to say before we go back, but what you're saying about kids watching their parents, and now that you're new on TikTok, there is this like TikTok trend that's so sweet that I couldn't execute because I'm not very good at it either. But like, it's like you give your kid the phone and they're supposed to be like filming you, but it's filming them and you're doing something like silly or fun. And basically it's showing how your kids kind of beam when they watch you having fun. So it's exactly what you're saying. There's a full trend about this. Like it's as if you're telling your kid to film you, but they're filming themselves and you see their reaction, like seeing their parents smile and how that makes them smile. So it is really special. So I'm happy that you guys get to have this experience.
You know, and if you go, I saw a little bit of my kids in the audience, not just when I was there dancing because I was so focused on the dancing, but like afterwards, what the cameras picked up. And it was just like, I mean, how beautiful for them to see that. And I think as moms, we're always so hard on ourselves about like, are we just thinking about ourselves? Are we self-centered if we do things that nurture our souls? Right. And what I've learned and I used to very much be like, oh no, I have to work hard. Everything has to be about them. And I realized if I do that, I'm modeling for them a life of that for themselves, which doesn't mean that they don't have all of their needs met, that I can meet and take care of them in the best way that I can. But at the same time, having, you know, as we're saying, having our kids see their parents chase passions and joy and smile and laugh is just not only going to make their nervous system happy growing up, but also teaches them that they deserve the same.
Totally. I told my husband that one week, there was a week where we usually maybe go out like once a week. There was a week where like I had a work event and the next day he was meeting friends. And the next day we did a dinner together. And my son was starting to like, you know, be like, oh, again. And I felt bad. But then I told my husband, and this was partly me trying to feel better, but I was like, good. Like he sees that we also have a life and that we want to go out at night and have fun. So I agree with you completely. How did Alec feel about this? Because I imagine it's a conversation. Like we're moving 7 kids. They're not starting the school year. You're going to be in the spotlight. Like he doesn't love it. All of that.
So, no, you're kidding me. He loves the spotlight.
No, but you
loves
were saying
the
like
spotlight.
Well, you were saying like paparazzi and like
he has, you know, I mean, Alec has been famous since his early 20s.
Yeah.
You know, while it can be a lot on his nervous system, it can also, like, he doesn't know anything different. And so he loves to play. I mean, I think the real trick is good attention versus bad attention. You know, of course, like we all want every it's natural.
Right.
You know, to be like, I want to come and I want to have fun and let's all be like happy together. Like that's the vibe that he wants, that I want. In a world that knows that negativity can sell more than positivity.
Right.
That's hard when you just are there to be like, we're just here to entertain you. I mean, on Dancing with the Stars, let's bring some joy into this world. Let's dance. Let's entertain people. This is not just for ourselves. This is to bring joy to other people. So getting back to your question, see, look at my ADHD therapy coming back. I'm working on it. He's been wanting me to be on this show for a very long time.
Really?
Like a very long time.
You need to do it.
Yes, and I said to him, nobody's gonna want to have me there. I'm not gonna belong. And so when this whole crazy universe, mystical, twistical, like fates come together, where like people are manifesting it for me online, and I'm like, okay, I'll do another dance, and then they're in Dancing with the Stars, and calling in. And then, I get connected with Dina Katz and everybody on Dancing with the Stars who are like the most lovely people on the planet. Alec is just there. He's like, I told you so.
But why didn't he try to help? Like, couldn't have he tried to help then? Like, when he wanted you to be on it?
Well, first of all, I'm a Capricorn, and he's not, if he ever made a call that would make things like easier on me for something, I would just be like, I would feel like I didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm very much like, I'm a hard worker. I want to earn things on my own merit. I think especially because I'm, anybody who marries a celebrity is going to be accused of being like, oh, but you just get to like, there's wonderful things, but it makes you feel like you don't earn things, which is just horrible feeling, especially as a Capricorn. Horrible feeling. I know it drives Alec. One of the things that drives Alec crazy is I'm so independent, and I was like, I want to open the door for myself, and he's like, just let me open it. Like even simple things like this, let me open the door. I'm like, I can do it by myself. Okay? No, he's very proud. He's very supportive. Alec is always extraordinarily supportive of me with working.
So he was excited when you got the call.
He literally like, I told you so. Like, I told you so. And he won't stop. Every single day he calls me. It's like, I told you so. I told you you'd like it. I told you so. But I am happy that it happened in the way that it happened. Which was just so
organic.
It was so, thank you. That is the word I've been looking for. So organic. It was so organic. Yes.
So thanks to TikTok, if anything.
I know. I don't even have that many followers in the grand scheme of things on TikTok. And that's the thing with TikTok is I'm like, I don't understand this. And I kind of feel like a little bit of a loser on it because I'll get like, it's like 200 likes. I'm like, And then I post the same thing on Instagram and my following is much more there.
Yeah.
But people say stick with it. Yeah, people say stick with it. And again, like there's, like I also like with like the Gen Z things, like, you totally ate that and stuff, like people have these, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like gonna mess up words again. Like it's gonna be like, I'm gonna eat something and they're gonna be like, no, not right in that context. Or like,
well,
okay.
Like I did see that people are so supportive of you and it made me happy. Like I saw that since you've been posting about Dancing with the Stars on your Instagram, because that's where I am too. Like I feel like people seem to be so supportive of you, so happy that you're like living this dream. So I'm very happy for you about that. And you fucking killed it. And we did talk about this a little bit earlier, which you are right, because when I saw some comments saying you danced before, so it's like not fair, immediately there were the other side of things being like, wait, there was Charli D'Amelio, there was Zendaya.
Right. Apparently that happens every single year.
Okay,
that there's like campaigns. So when it started happening again, like my biggest fear was doing this and people being like, you don't belong here. Right. And I'm like, I just want to dance. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like, I just want to dance and I'll work hard and I'll dance. But like apparently they're doing the same thing to Whitney. And like, so she and I will get together and we're like, yeah, I know. And you just ignore it. You just ignore it because again, like you talk about the positivity, it's like, as it should be. We should be positive about each other. You know what I mean? I'm not the smartest. I'm the smartest. Oh my God. Oh my God. Welcome to my brain. Okay, now you get it. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the prettiest. I'm not the most talented. I'm not the most this, that, and the next thing. But I'm a kind person. And I know that every single day I live my life with kindness and integrity and trying to make sure that I'm leaving the world a better place. And so I think that being that kind of person throughout the years, and when Alec I know that any woman who would have married Alec would have gone through her version of what I went through and what I've gone through and what still happens, you know what I mean? And because he has this very prickly relationship, and I think he's gotten much better. We had, I won't name the publication that did this, but like way early on in our relationship, we got a gigantic, when he was like really railing against like whoever is the head of whatever news company. They gave us a gift basket with derogatory things about his daughter, about Ireland, and like bumper stickers and everything. I mean, like there is so much stuff that happens behind the scenes on like a really
dirty,
like gross, exactly. And so that was like the toxicity of it.
Is this a publication that you wouldn't talk to today because they did that?
I don't want to have that kind of negativity with anyone in my life now. I don't want to be afraid of people. I don't want to, no, I talk to everybody now because I'm not afraid and I'm happy with who I am. And I know, doesn't make it okay, but I know that the things that have happened to me was because I was targeted to try to undermine Alec. And that's something that I have to separate myself. You know, my mom said to me one time, she said, is this a problem with Hilaria Thomas or Hilaria Baldwin? It's never a problem before. It's a problem now because it's part of the Baldwin and it's part of the world that I've entered.
Yeah.
And so I just have to see it with clarity. And I have to wish people well because I don't want to have any kind of negativity. Even with paparazzi now.
You're
Even
nice
with
to them.
paparazzi now.
I see that you're like more playful with them. Yeah?
I'm more playful. And you know what? Part of that was that Alec Baldwin taught me how to be a famous person. Like, don't sign up for that class, anyone. Not one. This is like not the class you want to sign up for, because that's not also who I am. I'm somebody that I want to have fun with people.
Yeah.
And so I'm in my 40s now, and this is about just being like, you know what? I see you, I'm here, I want to embrace you. I'm not going to be negative towards you. You might be negative towards me, and every single time I'm going to forgive you. Because when I don't forgive, it's only poisoning my soul.
Can I tell you that Ireland, speaking of her, I mean, you know this, she wrote a post that was so freaking sweet about you that I reposted. Like, I posted what she wrote and I said, everybody, like, read this. This is so nice. And when I tell you that I got so many messages telling me, like, wow, this made me cry.
I know. It was like,
so many people were moved by it. Did that take you by surprise, that
it did.
post?
So how she texted me, where she was, Ireland and Andre and their daughter Holland visited us this summer in the Hamptons, and we had like the best time ever. And Holland and my baby are the same age, more or less. It's like
and
8,
one of
9
them
months
is
difference.
an aunt. Your baby is
So my baby, baby Hilaria is an aunt to Holland,
Baby
and they're the
Holland.
funniest. Like they're the baby Holland.
That's
They're
be a
the
good
funniest
story.
things.
Yeah.
It's a good story. It's really cute. So, and then like, I don't know about you, but like when you look on my camera roll, it's like all my children.
Right.
And then when Holland is there, it's Holland and all my children, because those are the only thing that matter. And if there's a photo, so Ireland asked me, do you have a photo of the two of us from that time, like more recent time of just the two of us? And I'm looking and I'm like, nope.
It's all the babies.
It's literally all the babies. And then like 20 minutes later, this is a night in New York City time, I started getting messages from people like, did you see what Ireland posted? And I was like, no. And I go on and I'm like, oh my God, like it was such a nice gift, because Ireland really knows me, and Ireland has really seen me, and Ireland has seen how much I care about her dad and her family and her. And we've been so blessed to have a wonderful relationship. And that's not just being blessed and lucky. It's also, walking that line of being a stepmom, and coming into her life when she's 15, 16 years old. And I was just always very clear that I'm there to be supportive when she needs me. I'm not there. I told Alec before I met her, I said, if she doesn't like me, I'm not going to stay, because I can't hurt a family. And he gets mad. He got mad at me then. He gets mad at me when I say it now. But like, I really feel that the family unit is the most important thing. And always be respectful about her mom. Always understand that it's Alec, Ireland, and Kim. And I can come in and be a guest. And if I'm welcomed in, wonderful, I'm there. but I have to be strong enough on my own and not come in and, you know, mark my territory and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that for me is very small. But I was also very lucky that Ireland was extraordinarily welcoming of me right at the beginning. So it was not an issue, but I was very prepared to have it be, you know, we have had a great few months together and I'm going to go.
Wow. And then, so technically you have 8 kids.
I technically have 8 kids. I know, oh my God, it was so funny. When she was younger, we went to the only time I've ever been to tanning booth, she really wanted to go tanning. And obviously I got her parents' permission. And it was, I think right after we got married, or it was like for our wedding.
Wait, how old is Ireland now?
So Ireland's 11 years younger than me. So Ireland's
Wild.
about to be 30, yeah. So we go to this tanning place in the village around the corner from our house, and she's 6'2". Ireland's really tall. And
she's
she's
actually
6 foot 2.
6 foot.
She's actually 6'2", and I am like almost 5'3". I round up, but I'm almost 5'3". So we're like, it's a very funny like.
Wow.
And I also have like my dark hair, and she was blonde at the time, and so we go in, and she needs parent permission, and she's like, well, this is my mom, and I'm like. So I did it, but we're like, she would really like make fun of it for
a long time.
For a long time, in a cute way, in a really cute way. But no, we are very lucky to have a good relation. Our whole family, and she's such a good sister, and you know, I mean, I think again, you talk about negativity and.
Why do you think she
sometimes
felt
it's
that
just-
though? Like it wasn't your birthday, right? It wasn't. So what do you think propelled her to post it that day? Did you ask her?
I think Ireland, I think people in my life, whether it's Ireland, my parents, my brother, my best friends, my husband, there is a desire to protect me because I protect all of them. And I think that, you know, anybody, when you love somebody and you see that people say things, it breaks your heart. And you see how people have, when you get misinterpreted, misconstrued, and you just want to like shake people and be like, you don't know this person. This is a
Right.
whole human being. And so first of all, she's the biggest fan of Dancing with the Stars. Talk about number one. She's like my dance mom now. She's like, what are you wearing today? What's it going to be? What's the nail color?
Oh, yeah?
So she is like very excited about this. If we stay on long enough, she'll come to a show. She's with her in-laws right now. But yeah, no, it's been like, she's been very excited about the show. But I think her whole thing is just, you know, we love each other so much. And I think that she wishes people would just plainly see the person that she actually knows.
Does she call you for like advice and mom stuff and everything?
Yes, and I call her for advice. Well, that was like the really interesting thing is like, I don't know how you were when your first was born, but I was like really like didn't know what I was doing. And I knew that I didn't know what I was doing, so I was really insecure. Like I remember I gave Carmen a bath for the first time, like after her umbilical cord fell off, and I'm like trying to do everything. And I put some water on her head, like little bit, and one like drop went like all the way on her nose and into her mouth, and she starts coughing. I'm alone in the apartment. We're like way up high. I take her. I think I've killed my baby. I think she's like dead. Like it's like,
From
that's
one drop
it. That
of
was
water.
it. Exactly. No, because I don't know what I'm doing. I run with this naked baby out to go get an elevator, and I'm like hysterically crying, like my baby is not okay. My baby's not okay. And then I come out of my panic and I look at her, and she's just like looking at me like, like all is well. But like that's the kind of like new mom I was. Whereas like Ireland was like, boom, boom, I got this. Everything is very, you know, like she just is so confident.
Yeah.
And so like her instincts are so good, where I had to learn to trust myself a little bit. So, you know, in so many ways I'm like leaning to her and be like, well, what do you think about this? You know, especially because we have kids the same age. So I learn from her. You know, I'd like to think that she learns a little bit from me. But no, when we talk, we'll talk for I look at the time and it's like been like 2 hours.
That's so
We'll talk
cute.
for like a long time. Yeah.
So you said before, like, if you stay on the show, she'll come out because she's now with her in-laws. What's your goal? Are we trying to win the
Gosh,
mirrorball?
I'd love to win. I'd love to win. I really would love to win. You know, I mean, and at the same time, I'm such an effing yoga teacher. I'm like, I want everybody to win too. I mean, I wish that, like, the only thing I'd change about this experience is I wish that everybody could stay on the entire time, and then we'd just be given like placements at the end.
Okay, it's you're already kind of mourning somebody leaving, and that hasn't
Yeah,
even
so
happened
like
yet.
I mean, tomorrow there's gonna be a double elimination, or
Wow,
tomorrow. I don't know.
tomorrow's
I
double
don't.
already?
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I don't
no,
want to mess
tomorrow,
up your
whenever
time
we're
right.
talking.
Whenever we're
yes.
talking. So the second
Oh,
show,
already
there's
double?
a double elimination. Yes,
my
but they didn't
God.
eliminate anybody the first week, and so there's double elimination, and I don't want to go home. I'm having the best time. If you asked me when I broke my hip 16 years ago if I was ever going to dance again, I would just it gutted me. And so now I've gotten a taste of it. And I'm like, I just can't wait.
Wait,
Single.
this is a question for someone like me, which I'm sure we have other listeners
Mm-hmm.
here that maybe haven't watched a show in a few years, getting back on track. The elimination is the fan votes. Is it a combined fan vote
It's
and
combined.
judge vote? Okay.
Yeah, it's combined. And that's the thing as well is I have a big following, not on TikTok, but on Instagram. I'm a big. So guys, follow
her
me
on
on
TikTok, guys.
to try to make me not be so insecure there. I'd really appreciate it. There's people with huge followings. So then
Right.
you kind of look and you say, well, it is not just about the dancing.
Right.
It's about and that's fair. I mean, it's a reality show. You want it
Right.
to be. You want to see your people.
But I feel
your
like
people go.
historically, people that have won have done really well dancing. Like you're not going to have someone who can do a good dance.
Yeah,
and
but
win.
there's also really good. I mean, I thought, didn't Robert Irwin? I don't know if you saw his thing. He did such a
did.
good job. First of all, he's the most adorable person on the
I'm
planet, and I
rooting
want
for
to
him.
I know, me too. I really love him tremendous. I mean, I love everybody. That's what again is so painful about this is of course I don't want to go home, but I don't want anyone else to go home either because I like them all. We get to go see each other and work every day. It's so much fun.
Well, tell me about finding out Gleb was your partner.
So-
Did you want Gleb? Did you want somebody else?
I didn't. So I don't think things through. So I didn't really. I was like, you know what's so interesting is that the Dancing with the Stars, Dina Katz is a very intelligent woman. She just knows what she's doing, and she just is I think Gleb and I are very, very similar in our personality, and so I didn't know who he was. I knew Val.
Mm-hmm.
And I had met Val a few times when I was dancing before, but I didn't really know a lot of the pros on it. And so there's so many things that I'm happy to be dancing with Gleb. Number one, he is all about the dancing and the technique. So he is so classically trained in both standard and Latin dancing. And so I'm such a dance and movement nerd that he'll explain, okay, use this side of the body and the floor to then propel yourself over here. That's all I want to know and do. So I'm really enjoying him that way. But he's cool. He he meditates every morning, and he's very into sort of crystals and, good energy and stuff like that. So I've enjoyed getting to know him, and we're total buddies. I think where we struggle a little bit is we'll get so hyper focused on the dancing, and then we 4 hours have gone by and we're oh God, we haven't made any TikToks. Oh God, because that's part of it as well. We're just bad at the
Wait,
at,
so tell me about the
that part.
TikToks because that interests me so much. So what is the expectation from a Dancing with the Stars couple? How many TikToks are you supposed to churn out a day?
I don't think that there's necessarily a number, but it's definitely if you have a big following and your posts are doing well, that helps get the vote. So that's going to help.
Okay.
And we're just I hope that the viewers can see that we're just I'm a really busy mom. I'm tired. I come back, I'm so tired, you know? And
so
and
you have to come up with the
try.
concepts too.
Yes.
No one's helping you
No,
do
and
this
again,
trend.
we're just such can we just talk about the dancing and the dancing and the dancing?
But
So
he
it's
has it. I think here's my tip. I think you need to push him because he has it in him because he's gone crazy with TikToks in the past. So you need to tell him, this is on you. I'll do it. You have to push us to do it because
to do it.
he's into it. He lip syncs all day. Go through his TikTok.
Well, so the one with the Whitney Houston, I don't know if you saw that one where I'm like holding onto his leg and he's like trying to get out, and that one was my idea. I was very proud of that one.
And
that was my idea.
The Alec one was really cute too.
No, and again, like, I mean, of course, like, people are gonna, it's always like makes us roll our eyes that people are like, well, how does Alec feel about this? And I'm like,
right, because it's Gleb. I'll tell you why.
Him and Gleb would like actually like go and leave me in the dust and go like hang out the two of them together. I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, it's also.
I'll tell you why. It's not that surprising. I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why. Because Gleb is a playa. Like, I just had his contestant from last year on my show a little while ago, Brooks Nader. She has a new show. So they were dating and they were a contestant. I feel like everyone, like my sister just told me, those pros are married. Like, everyone's like, it's like it's a family.
I mean, the Gleb that I know, and I've like gotten to be very protective of him because you get very close with people. The Gleb that I know is a really like honest, good person. And that's the Gleb that I know. And it's like, I grew up with an older brother, and so I'm get that like same kind of like buddy relationship with people. So I am somebody that, because I've been misrepresented in the past, I get very protective over people. So the Gleb that I know is kind and funny and respectful, and he pushes me hard. I mean, I hope one of the things when getting into the dancing, like when you watch the cha-cha that we did, you see from the beginning to the end, we're dancing the entire time.
Right.
We're not taking a long time walking onto stage. He's like, we're not wasting any music. We're dancing the whole time. We're doing the tango, same thing. It's like all of these dances we're doing as a viewer, watch the choreography that he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's hard. He's really pushing me to really high level of choreography because number one, he loves to dance and he's like, okay, we can do that together. And then number two, he wants to challenge me. He's like, this experience is about growth. So I want you to use your feet properly and learn how to isolate a side of your body and to spin better and all. He says, we're here to dance. And also, Len Goodman, who passed away, who was a judge forever, every single day, he was very close with Len, and he's like, we do this for Len. Len loved the traditional, authentic ballroom dancing. And so, before we go on, we give like a little shout out up there to Len with our hearts.
That's sweet. Mm-hmm.
And we just decided that this year, like what we can do differently as a couple
is dance.
Is not, a lot of people can dance.
No, it's like focus on the dancing.
Is focus on that really fine quality of ballroom dancing. I mean, there's amazing dancers on this. This is like, I am not better than any of the other people. Like, it's like everybody has their thing. But like for him, he's just very focused on technique.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the things that we go out there and we're doing.
And I have a personal question because I am such a like germaphobe / get grossed out by people. And you guys really sweat all over each other. And I need to understand, like, if you're dancing with someone that isn't your husband, it's not your kids, like, I'm personally like, oh my God, like his whole shirt is wet. He's dripping on you. Do you get used to that? Is it?
So I'm a yoga teacher, so sweat doesn't gross me out. I'm used to sweaty people, and I don't even know their name because I would teach like such big classes.
That's true.
But I was actually starting a yoga program in a jail. I never talked about it publicly, but and then there was like a COVID thing, and it was like a bunch. But like I would love to go back and do that. So like, I'm somebody that I like to get very. I take care of people's bodies is my job. So sweat doesn't gross me out.
Yeah,
it's just it's natural. It's things that scare me: mosquitoes, sharks, and mice. Those three things. If a mouse ran across the floor, I'd be like, goodbye, see you later. I will never come in here again. Or a mosquito. I brought the kids to the playground yesterday after I was done with practice, and I saw mosquitoes. I was like, we're leaving. That's it. One mosquito, we're leaving. We did not bring bug repellent. That's it. So there are things where I will get like squeamish about that other people will be like, just like deal with it.
Not
okay,
sweat,
it'll be
but
itchy.
It ain't sweat. I got you.
Yeah, it's not
it
sweat.
Ain't sweat.
Not sweat.
Okay, so after this reality show, and you've done your own reality show, would you ever do, I remember people were campaigning for you for Housewives. People really wanted you to, people really wanted you,
so funny, this is like the campaigning thing. I don't know. What I've learned is never say never, because when I met Alec, was kind of like dating the same kind of guy over and over again. And I would tell my girlfriends, and I was like, oh my God, it's like, this is not working out. And one of my friends was like, maybe you don't know what you like. Like, stop looking for the same thing over and over again. So I always approach life with a sense of humility, of not like having all the answers. So I'm never gonna say never to anything. I just think that like, I don't think I'm like zesty enough. I feel like I'm just like, you know, I like when I go to bed at night. I'm not like fun. I mean, I'm fun, but I'm just not fun in like I'm gonna throw drinks. I'm not gonna throw drinks around. And like, I have to parent. Like, I'm not gonna go out and get wasted. Like the dancing, but then you like take an athletic thing. I'm like Dancing with the Stars. No alcohol. No this. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna take my hot baths. Like, that's the kind of the challenge that I do. But I do love a housewife moment. I am friends with some of the housewives. I love what they do. I'm a huge fan. So we shall see. If they're like, we want to have, you know, a yoga teacher on, maybe we'll see. But I feel like, I mean, look, I was wrong with not fitting in with Dancing with the Stars. So I'm willing to be wrong in my life.
Right. I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Like
Thank
I said,
you.
I've wanted
This
to talk
was
to you for so long, and we made it happen. I thought we would do it in person, but I was like, she's in Dancing with Stars. She's in kind of promo mode.
Yeah,
we'll do it now.
I'm very grateful for all of your time and your understanding, and I hope I get to talk with you again.
Me too. And good luck. I'm gonna be watching. And follow her on TikTok, everybody.
And follow me on TikTok and Instagram and every other place, because I want to improve my feelings about my online presence.
We got you, girl.